Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back with the next part of our learning C# tutorial, and today we're going to take a step back from our distance and our distance system, and I just want to go ahead and start to implement a more generic feature that's going to make this game closer to an actual finished product. And what we need is some sort of like a mission screen or a world map or something like that, because that's the kind of thing that I want for a game like this. It's where you have several missions to choose from, which can, depending on the missions you choose, will depend on the new missions that'll be available, and you can choose them from the world map. That's the sort of thing that I want to do. I think it'd be kind of cool. And then also needs things like GUI for like a mission screen for like information on what your target is, what you have to do for the mission, and then we also need a way of going to that mission level in game, and then way to come back to the mission screen after the level is over, whether we beat it or not. And then eventually, this is something minor, but eventually we want to do something along the lines of maybe sort of something like a currency system or an experience system or an upgrade system, something like that, so we can upgrade our weapon. And why is it not wanting to load? Hold on a second. Unity's being slow for me. Okay, we're back, and we have a new scene. And what I've gone and done is I've created this nice little sprite. It was based on some concepts, but I did all the actual art myself of this world map. So we've got the entire thing is called the Try B area. And if you guys don't know, I know my YouTube name is Awakened Studio Joey, but my username on everywhere else it's Joey BBB. So that's just a little innuendo. Then we've got the mainland over here, the 125 acre wood. It's kind of like a pun if you've seen Winnie the Pooh. If not, then never mind, you wouldn't get the joke. Then down here we've got Canada, Lima Province, and Turd Island. So that's our world map. Now I'm not sure if I want to do it as a sprite instead of a GUI thing. If we do it on the GUI, I'm unsure if I want to stretch it or not. I think it looks good like this, but what I do want to do is at least fix it so that it appears properly. So we don't have these bars on the side here. Let me see what it would look like if we stretched it a bit. If it looks bad, then we'll go ahead and we'll do something else. But let's see. Well, I guess it's not that bad. I guess we can keep it for now. We could do it on the GUI. But a lot of the other stuff we've done already with the GUI, and I just wanted to move away and start to try and work with some new systems. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to save this scene first, and we're going to call it World Map. And we're going to want to do well, at least let's implement this first mission. We'll get started simple, and then eventually we'll do things like, upgrading newer missions or unlocking newer missions later on. But for now, we'll go ahead and we'll start with the first mission. We're going to get an icon to pop up, and if you click on it, you get some mission info, and if you can click a button from there, and you can load the level. So let's get started. Let's add a new folder, and we're going to call this world map. And generically, or usually, I would not create like a folder just for a single level. I'd create folders for generic things like characters, damageable, or whatever. But because a world map is going to have a variety of classes, it's going to be a rather complex system. I'm thinking it will be. We're going to create a folder just for everything that has to do with the world map. Okay, let's begin by creating the manager for it. We'll call it World Map Manager. Okay, now, first thing we're going to do is, just for testing purposes, eventually we're going to have to put in an array for this, but we'll make a public mission. We don't have that mission class yet, but we'll go ahead and create it very soon. Then we'll do a void on GUI. Actually, so there's two ways we can do this. I know I said I want an icon to pop up. However, we can do an icon pop up where we did, if you remember, like last episode, we did the blood splat, and we just turned on that sprite on and off. We could do the same thing, or we could draw it on the GUI. I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually do it like we did with the splat, turning an object on and off, just so I can test how things look in the editor before we actually draw it to the GUI, just so we save ourselves a little bit of time. So we'll do instead of on GUI, what we'll do is a void turn mission available, taking in a mission called the mission. And for now, we're not going to do anything. And then above this, we'll make a void start, which is, if you remember, that's the one that's called the first frame of the game. And we'll do turn mission available mission. Alrighty, so before we go ahead and do any of this sort of stuff, we have to go ahead and create this mission class. Let's go ahead and let it generate that mission class. And we can go ahead and remove all this stuff. Okay, we're going to want a public game object for the icon. Let's go ahead and put a public string for the mission name, public string for the mission description, and we're going to make a to-do statement here. We'll do to-do, whoops. How about required equipment, or like, you know, if you want a certain power level, or a certain, maybe not required, but at least a suggested power level to make the mission easier, or let's say cash reward, things like that. That's what you would put in here. For now, an icon, a name, and a description should be fine. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and do a mission dot icon dot set active true. So that will turn the icon on. Now, what we also need to do is create some sort of Gui Manager, GUI system. So like when we click on him, then he will pop up in the on some sort of window where it has the name and description. So first, what we're gonna do is we want to check to see if it's been clicked on. So what we can do is we'll do it inside here. We'll do void update. So this is called every frame, and we'll do a camera dot main dot screen points array, taking in our input dot mouse position, and then this returns array. So we'll do if physics dot raycast, taking in this ray, and then we want to get out the hit info. I'm going to get there in a second. Just checking all these first. Okay. I don't think we've talked about out statements before, but I'll talk about it in a second. We'll do out hit, and then in here we'll do raycast hit info. So what this means is whenever you use the the out modifier, what that means is within this function, it'll take in this variable. Somewhere it'll do the actual functionality where it takes our raycast or array, and then before the method is over, it'll update the hit info with something else, and then not only will it return the value of the screen.raycast, which is a boolean whether we hit something or not, it'll also spit out the hit information, which we can use in here we can get information about what we hit. So we'll do if hit info dot collider dot get component mission does not equal null, which means if we've hit a mission object and not the background, and we'll just call this mission. We'll just call it M actually, okay? And we'll do mission M equals this, and then we'll do outside of all of this, we're going to do if input dot get mouse button down 0. So now it'll only do this the frame that we've clicked. Then we'll do mission GUI equals or rather we'll call this current mission equals M. And then up here we'll go ahead and make a private mission current mission. Okay, and then for now, because I'm going to end the video soon, we'll just do a print current mission dot name. Okay, that's just for testing. Now I'm going to pause the video for 1 second and create a little icon asset. I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, we're back, and here's our new cutout. So these are just a basic little crosshair. Actually, I don't like how he looks, but we'll keep him like that for now. I'll probably change him before the next episode is recorded. Let's go ahead and position him where we want to. Let's make our first mission. We'll make it like somewhere in here. Alrighty, and so now if we add our world map manager, let's drag on, or rather first what you have to do is add on our mission component here. You can drag on ourself, and you'd think that would be strange to drag it onto yourself, but for the most part it'll make sense when we go ahead and actually implement an array of missions for the world map manager. But for now, this is what it's going to be. Then we'll call it training, and the description we'll just put test. That's not going to be used in this because if you remember, we only printed the name. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it off for now. Then we hit play. It should turn it back on, or not. We have to go ahead and drag on that mission first. Now if we go ahead and hit play, it'll turn on, and then if I click on him, it's not printing. So you must always not forget to add on our our box collider. Now you might want to be thinking about adding on your box collider 2D because it is a 2D object. However, we've been using for the most part 3D physics for the entire project, and if you notice, we said physics.raycast. If we wanted to, we could use this physics.raycast. Whoops. Now raycast 2D, which is a separate thing. However, I'm going to keep it using our 3D system, and then just have to add in a 3D box collider. So if we turn them back on, or it's easier to see if we turn off 2D view, but we need to adjust it to fit. Wow, that green is almost perfectly matching up with what I chose. So we're gonna change the X and Y values. This is gonna be super hard to see. I'm gonna turn off this guy actually. Okay, now it should be fine. Change this to 0.6, and then in here we'll do this to 0.8, 7. Okay, that's good. That's good enough. We'll hit save, turn them back off, turn the world map back on, hit play, click on them, and there we go. It prints training to the console. So I'll see you guys next time. We'll implement some sort of GUI system and then loading the level.